When we think about water and environmental justice, one of the big things I think about is cost.
I am always trying to get the students out into the community. That's a challenge this year to think about how to get interaction with Rochester without getting physically close to people and within the safety guidelines. So I thought of the idea of going to this urban park in Cobbs Hill, which also is part of our drinking water treatment and distribution system. I have 13 students who are physically here, and I have one student who's in California. One of the students was able to call her on her phone, and she participated fully in the field trip. So she was able to let her see what we were seeing, and we were able to see and interact with her.
Some people went to completely Zoom instruction, but I didn't want to do that. The class is a 30-person class, and so you need a really big room to have 30 people in it now because they've got to be spread out. And the students in the room, they really appreciate the face-to-face. And then with the Zoom students, I just have to do a few different things and give them different assignments.
I am more of a in-person, hands-on visual learner. I like labs. I like being outside. So this class is definitely in my wheelhouse.
Today, they're sampling bees in the meadow. This class is really all about just how you think carefully about making an experiment. So it can be indoors or it can be outdoors.
It was not a hard decision for me to decide to come back to campus, particularly this class. I know this class is mainly going to be outdoor and doing very, very interesting experiments, and that's the main reason I say why I'm back here.
It is really, really more beneficial to be in a class with other people around you rather than staring at a computer screen. But of course, we want to be safe with the virus, and so I think people are happy to be back, but they're still being careful, which is good to see.
Any kind of ensemble music, orchestras or choruses depend on musicians listening to each other. And if you're far apart, and especially in singing, if you have a mask on, it's much harder to get information from the other musicians.
It's really nice to be back and have in-person rehearsals. All wind players have to have a bell covering, and then we also have to have a mask with either a slit or a cut in it, depending on your instrument and your needs.
They certainly are singing energetically, and I know I've listened to the wind ensembles and orchestras rehearsing, and everybody's really trying very hard to get the most out of it because we were deprived for so long.
We've actually taken the project that they typically make, which is a little steam engine. We've broken it into bits that can be done in a lab, and we have a Zoom cart or a virtual TA. So they have detailed instructions, and if there's problems, we can sort of step in and help them.
When I see everyone walking around wearing their mask, it makes me feel good in the fact that the majority of people are listening and paying attention and following the guidelines.
For me, it's kind of adapt and overcome, embrace the challenge that we're in right now. In the spring, I was pretty successful when it came to doing kind of, an online standard for classes. It's been different. It's a little difficult at times, but I think at other times it's a little bit easier and you kind of have a little more freedom.
When you're standing next to somebody, you can kind of direct in a pointed way. But with Zoom, you allow them to figure it out. Certainly, I'd rather be in the room with the student, to be able to instruct them, but this is kind of something that is kind of interesting, and I didn't expect it.
I just tell them that I'm trying to figure this out, and they go, great, let's try to figure it out together. I sort of make them co-teachers of the class.
50 years from now, they're going to be the generation that experienced college in this really unusual way. And I hope that the challenges are going to bring them together. I feel like they've just been so grateful for that opportunity to interact with real people and real problems, and I feel really lucky to be doing that with them.